most kids, they look to their parents or whatever to buy their first car. When it came to my first car, my dad told me, we don't have the money for your first car. And then a year prior to me buying my first car, both my parents' cars got repoed. So we were in a spot where
I want to hear your story. Where did Judah come from?
I get that a lot, where I started, how I started, and I started from square one, just trying to buy my skateboards when they would break. So I would mow lawns, and as I saw another role model in my life doing something that they were making more money, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. So I learned that. So it went from, you know, mowing lawns and doing little things here and there to make $10 an hour.
Anything you learned from your lawn business?
That it's fucking ass, and I don't want to do that shit. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
I learned real quick, I do not want to do this, and that's where everything in my life has came from, where I'm like, I do not want to do this any longer, because it's like there's better things out there. You know what I mean? Some people scale the wrong thing.
And then the next was skateboards?
Well, I'm just trying to say, I was just trying to afford my hobbies. And it went from that to I wanted to buy cool shit. Like I wanted to buy the badass paintball gun. So I started selling stuff on eBay because I knew I could sell stuff on eBay and buy what I wanted. And then it went from selling stuff on eBay to then I need to get my first car. Okay, how much is that going to cost? No one's going to buy it for me. Most kids, they look to their parents or whatever to buy their first car. When it came to my first car, my dad told me, we don't have the money for your first car. And then a year prior to me buying my first car, both my parents' cars got repoed. So we were in a spot where I was in fight or flight, and all my friends were buying, or all my friends' parents were buying them like nice Jeeps. So I was like, I want a Jeep. I had no way of getting one. So I started selling everything I had on eBay, got together like $1,000, and then I went and bought a boat from the neighbor for $1,500, cleaned it up, buffed it, pressure washed it, and I sold for $5,500. And I was 15 years old. And then I was like, holy fuck, my friends are working at Wendy's at the time. So I'm like, they're literally getting paid $10 an hour, and I just made 5 G's in like a month or something. But at the time, it wasn't about making money. It was about, I want what I want. I want a badass car. So then I bought a Jeep Cherokee, pimped it out. I put in like $6,000 invested into it from start to finish. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post it up, see what happens. So I posted for $8,000. It sold in a week. I sold it like the same week I turned 16.
How much did you make off that?
I made $2,000.
Nice.
And then I had $8,000 at that time. And also I bought a dirt bike previous to that for like $1,500, and I sold that for $3,300.
So you're like a legend in the high school now.
Oh, bro. The teachers thought I was selling drugs. Like I was pulling up, and by the end of high school, I had a brand new, actually not even sophomore year, not even senior year, I had a brand new F-250 Platinum on American Force wheels, a brand new 2017 R1 Yamaha, BMWs, Jeeps. It looked like I was a drug dealer. Jeez. But I've never even smoked drugs. I don't do drugs. I've never even sold drugs. I was just crushing it, buying, selling shit. I would leave in the middle of high school to go buy a car. I would just leave, and I would get a detention for leaving, and I'd tell them, bro, I just bought a truck. Like, I just got to go. They'd call my mom like, hey, your son just left school without asking. And she's like, oh, it's fine. Like, he's just doing his thing. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just going hard. I mean, I probably owned like 100 plus vehicles before the time I graduated high school.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't let it stop me, you know what I mean? And I kind of just went into tunnel vision of like what I wanted, and that's how I've always been. And it's not by choice, it's by I had to. I mean, I guess I didn't have to buy my dream truck, but I had to take care of my mom, my sister since then, and my mom's sick right now, actually. She has rheumatoid arthritis and can't even open a water bottle, can't even go to work, can't do nothing. So I make 3 meals for her a day. I take care of her. I'm making shit happen every day, and I take my sister to school every day. And you know, it's a lot. Yeah, so you know, I fucking hate it, but it's the cards life dealt me. So what am I gonna do? When I was mowing lawns, I wasn't asking how do I make 100,000. I was just trying to do what I can now. And so many people just sit there and do nothing when they could do one thing: stack money, stack money, stack money, keep grinding it out until they have enough money stacked to do the next thing. And if that shit's ass, don't be fucking dicking off all the time wasting your money, because if it's ass, you should be saving even more money. And I was always one to be like, okay, this shit's ass, I'm gonna like keep focused on the next thing and just keep doing this. Like, I got my first automotive shop because I couldn't have all the cars at my house any longer, and I had that from like 18 to 20, and I was doing wheels and tires and lift kits and paint jobs, all this shit in there, and I hated it. But I was still like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this right now until I find the next thing. And I was always thinking, what's the next thing? And I'm doing the same thing right now. Like, what is the next step? Because I don't want to keep doing this forever, you know what I mean?
If you are a person who cares about the car you drive, then this is your opportunity to take home this Corvette, Ford truck, or Jeep on Forgiato wheels. We already gave a Hellcat and a side-by-side to these guys who wear our shirts, and it's round 3, so make sure to choose anything on monarch.com to enter before the stock runs out. Good luck.